Oh, well, no, they said this. They should resign. Is there anyone seriously listening to LBC 97.3 right now, whatever you're doing, driving on the M25, listening at home, whatever, who thinks that Francis Maude should resign? 0845 6060 973. This kind of knee-jerk mentality we seem to have now in this country, which is just so depressing. So intellectually barren, is everywhere. Let's go to your calls. Simon's in Harrow. Simon, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hello there. Good evening.
Evening, sir.
In my opinion, it seems pretty obvious that, potentially Mr. Maude misspoke to a certain extent. Obviously, his terminology was, say, the jerry can, for example. Apparently that's, a different size to what is safe to carry at home and all the rest of it. But I think it's been pretty much established that the government acted sensibly to a degree by forewarning the public that there could potentially be a fuel strike of some description. Now, the unfortunate incident, the lady burned herself, clearly that's not a good thing, but to suggest that it's caused by Mr. Maude because she chose to transfer some petrol when there's a hoblet is kind of quite far from the truth, in my opinion. And that makes his position untenable, borders on ridiculous. If he's got a 10 or 15-year career in the Conservative Party, or indeed chairman of the Conservative Party, is quite a high-powered politician in some respects, maybe potentially sidelined by Cameron's government to a certain extent. But to make his position untenable on that basis seems foolish to me.
Well, I mean, what I would say, he is. Francis Maude is an arch moderniser. He spent many years trying to modernise the Conservative Party. What I find interesting about this, particularly with the comment in the Daily Mail today from some Conservative sources, which in my experience will mean someone else in the party who doesn't particularly like him, or probably wants his job, saying that his position would be untenable if Diane Hill made clear that she had acted on Mr. Maude's instructions. I just find it absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, I think there's a sense in which, earlier in the week, dealing with the sort of the kitchen suppers area, that he was sent into the lion's den anyway, and unfortunately, this sort of just added on to that, which sets him up further if people are circling. And that's the extent of it.
We live in a culture of blame now, Simon. It's almost like this kind of kangaroo court mentality that seems to exist in 21st century Britain. Some people are blaming him for the panic buying of fuel. Do you think there is anyone responsible for what we've seen over the last 2 or 3 days?
No, absolutely not, and not specifically. What this culture of blame has produced is a situation where either political party can turn around and in some respects act how they will. There hasn't been much change in the way the Conservatives operate. But clearly, Cameron is potentially considered a good Tory, but at the same time, he was there at the very top of Eton. So, there's a certain sense of similarity there, but it means that political parties can then absolve themselves of their actions by simply appointing some kind of a fall guy. Yeah. Someone's resigned, they take a responsibility, heads have rolled, and therefore the party's no longer responsible, and let's all move forward. And that's why we've got this systemic blame culture, because it enables parties and governments to act almost at will.
Makes a lot of sense, Simon. I've enjoyed the call. Thank you. I think you're driving somewhere, so drive safely. Rob is on the M25. Rob, you're on the air.
Good evening. Yeah, the last caller pretty much summed up what I was going to say myself. He's damned if he does and damned if he didn't mention about the strikes. And in all fairness, I'm glad he did mention it.